you can see, this is not a Nissan Cube. Almost a month and a half ago now, I went to see my good friend Cody at Southern Ford in Newport News, Virginia. Southern Ford and Newport News, Virginia. My buddy Cody that I know quite well. Go see him if you need help buying a new or used vehicle. This is a used, well-maintained 2015 Subaru Forester, and my buddy gave me a pretty sweet deal. Him and his manager. So go talk to him and see what he can do for you, because Cody will do whatever he can do, and he works with a really good manager to get the job done. So go see him. But getting rid of the Cube, I did a few things to this Forester to try to make it more friendly for like you know, mountain biking. So when it gets warmer again on a consistent basis, the day of filming this is actually 52 degrees in Virginia Beach. This is January the 2nd, 2026. Happy New Year to all of you. Hope you guys had a great and prosperous, wonderful Christmas season. Of course, Happy New Year to you and yours. Hope you have a blessed year this year. But a few things I wanted to do. One thing was I went to see the guys at Conti's, since I used to work for Conti's, and I got an adapter for my quad piston bike tray, which is now in the 2-inch receiver hitch that's behind the vehicle. I put up some of these 511 tactical patches that were in on the ceiling and stuff on my old vehicle. An Uber passenger gave me this thing here. Aviation guys gave me this thing here back in the day driving an Uber. And I do a little bit of Uber, obviously, tour buses. But I bought this roof rack that's right there above my head, so I can put a roof on there and just kind of make this vehicle more of a overland vehicle, since it's a Subaru, bigger than the Nissan Cube I had, and preferably more reliable, much more reliable. So far it is. And I just, that rack up there looked really cool. I got it on Amazon, really cheap. I'm thinking about sending it back, because I think I'm still within the time to send it back. But listen to that. Watch that flap up there. We're at 45 miles an hour now, the speed limit. And when it's at 55 and 65, you can hear that even more. Plus, in addition to that, it's not quite long enough to take the boxes I want to mount to the roof as well. So I ordered a different rack to put on the roof, which should be here today, unless Amazon tells me it's not. Last time I looked, it said like, oh, it's 9 stops away, but we all know how Amazon can be. And I'm gonna take that one off. Now, when I got that one on the roof, by the way, I'll leave a link to this one here. It sucks. It didn't have any instructions. Luckily, I'm a CB, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna fix everything, but I'm mechanically inclined, so I was able from the pictures to figure out how it went together. Put it together. One of the little plastic little things for securing it to the roof rack was missing, so I had to go to the hardware store and buy some extra bolts, which I was going to do anyway, just for extra securement reasons. And then, because I didn't kind of start it, I was like, I don't know, I took some hose clamps and hose clamp stuff on the roof as well, just as an extra precaution, because safety first. I don't want anything flying off. Come on, guys, what are y'all doing? Of course, you're going to be slow. But yeah, that I was just, and you know, I try to be smart and get stuff that looks cool, that seems to be okay, get it on sale, and no instructions, it didn't go together easily. But the biggest thing is that flapping. And when I'm driving Uber to earn some extra side money when things are slow in the bus world, that gets annoying. And my customers so far have been really, really, really great about it. I mean, I tell them, hey, that's the roof rack, and they've been like really, really great about it, which is awesome. But I don't want them hearing that. So hopefully the one I have will suit my needs, be easier to deal with, and not make as much wind noise. I expect some wind noise, but I mean, not like that rattling. And on the very front of that fairing, right by the couple of the bolts, you can see where the paint coating looks like these, I don't know, half smiley face like cracks they have developed from it vibrating over and over again in the front, because there's no centralized support in the middle of the tray, since that front of that fairing's so flimsy. And if it was thicker, it wouldn't need a centralized support, but because it's so flimsy, it makes that noise when you get up to 45 miles an hour. I was talking about there, let you guys see it, and there's the stress crack that's worked its way from there all the way up there on that side, and then on the other side you can see where it's worked its way there from the fairing, just doing this back and forth thousands of times probably per hour. And it's actually broken through. It's not just the paint anymore, as I'm just noticing. It's actually failed right there. Actually a failure right there on this basket. And I really, really, really liked the price of the basket and the design, but it's so thin that it you can see where the stress fractures have actually broken through the paint and through on the other side, more the driver's side. This side here is more through the paint and started to come through. So I'm going to take this off and put the other one up here. And while I'm here, these are the wing nuts that came with it, and I put extra nuts up here to try to secure it because they're plastic and I didn't really trust it. And one of these I actually added just some normal nuts to. Here it is. This one right here added some normal nuts to, which I would have to add some more to because it actually didn't have its wing nut, and so I added some of these here I had to find at Lowe's to make it work. And then of course this part here started shifting. There's a gap there, and then on the other side there's a gap as well that started to develop. And I've only had this a short period of time. You can see there it's not right there. And of course you can see how I added the hose clamps just to try to make sure that it is going to be stable on these aftermarket crossbars that I put on the factory rails here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, or at least start taking it off, so that when the actual new one gets here, I can just already be done with it and not have to worry about it. A pain in the butt. But as I zoom away to look over at the porch real quick, you guys can see the box that's sitting there, which is the new roof basket that I'll be messing with once I get these last little bit undone. It came with these flimsy, this one here came with these flimsy little things here that I added these nuts to. Try to add two to it, and they were just coming loose as well. But even though I added extra nuts trying to back it up, this rack looks cool, but it is not great. It's highly flawed, and I can't at all recommend this rack other than it looked really cool. That was on sale, and I guess if you need something for a very short period of time, and maybe you're not driving over about 30 miles an hour, maybe. Can't honestly recommend this rack, because whatever goes up here needs to be secure. Well, I wasn't worried about it falling off tomorrow or the next day. Eventually this might break, and I don't want to be driving down the road at 65, 70 miles an hour and this here from the vibrations gives away because there's no bracing here, or at least an additional fold under here to add rigidity to the roof basket. So these are those U-bolt assemblies that they had. They come with those little wing nuts. I went to Lowe's, added these nuts for extra strength, thinking these would probably back off, which they were starting to back off. This one here didn't have the nut at all, which is why I went to the store in the first place, in addition to being afraid these will back off. And again, this came with no instructions at all. So when I put it together, luckily I'm a CB, so I'm halfway mechanically inclined, and I figured out from the pictures, but you know, that I could forgive if the stress fractures weren't starting on the fairing itself. If that stopped, if it wasn't vibrating like that, making that noise, and this, I could forgive that. But this, along with it vibrating and those stress fractures on the fairing itself, not good. Not good. But hopefully this here that I got will take care of that once I put it together. I'll put it up there. I might finish putting it up there tonight. I might end up doing it tomorrow, finish it tomorrow. I don't know, but right now I'm gonna try to lift this thing off. It's just heavy enough that I can lift it off. Well, I'll lift it on there when I did it, but we'll see about now if I can get it off of there or not. Obviously I don't want to bust any like windows somewhere. That would suck. So here it is. While I hold this up, hopefully you guys can see that line there again one more time, the stress fractures in the light there as the security cam comes on. There you go. The one time I had a million things actually comes in handy. You can see it there and also there. So that's the biggest reason why I'm taking this thing off, is I don't want to be going down the road at 70 and this thing finally break free and somehow damage my vehicle, or worse, damage somebody's vehicle traveling beside or nearby me. And again, I'm going to go to Amazon and try to see about returning this. If not, I'll take it and put it in my storage unit and figure out something else to do with it. Maybe someone else will, if I can't return it, maybe someone else will take it and weld it and put a bigger piece of metal back here so it won't vibrate, whatever. But I don't have those kinds of tools. I don't really do sheet metal. I don't really weld, so you know, that might be what happens to it. But let me go ahead and put my tools away for now, as far as taking this thing off, and grab what I need tool wise to take this in the house, put this together, and then come outside and put it onto the rails. And hopefully I won't have to move those rails, but I get the feeling that I'll probably have to move those rails, which I don't feel like doing, but we'll see. Crazy thing is, this one feels a little bit flimsier. I guess in terms laterally, side to side, just apart so far. But I still think, because of the design and the fact it actually has instructions, it's going to prayerfully make it a lot easier to put together. we'll see. I'm not gonna go through putting it all together. It's on the link it shows the video showing all that. I'm gonna put it together, and when I'm done putting it together, you'll see it, and then either tonight or tomorrow, we'll put it onto the roof of my vehicle, and hopefully I don't have to move that one of those rails, but I'll probably have to move the rail a little bit, probably. Anyway. I'm gonna include everything, the build. You can go to Amazon for that, but they actually give you a screwdriver. Awesome. They give you a screwdriver. Awesome. And they have instructions. What the hell to that other company? I know I'm a CB and all, but instructions. Roof rack is, if we zoom the Insta360X5 up, you can see the roof rack. I've got these hose clamps here in my hand to put around the cross members for just more securement, and I have these U-bolts as well for another project that I'll do after I get this secured, that I'll make a video about if I can make it work. But these will be put onto the rack so that it stays even more secure, just that extra bit of security. I wish they were black, but I couldn't find the ones in Lowe's that are black. So we pull out this veterans parking spot here at this Lowe's off of Holly Road in Virginia Beach, go home and put these onto the rack. Lowe's. Military discount. Military discount. I'm not good for much, but I'm good for a military discount. No air noise from the roof rack. Don't detect any air noise, like any noise, any rumbling, any rattling, any vibrations, like what I experienced with the last roof rack you guys saw in the video. I know it's dark, but you should be able to see with the Insta360X5 because it does better in the dark than the X4 I've got does. So you guys can see pretty good to go, but so far so good. We're gonna get up to about 45 miles an hour here in a moment, and you guys look up there, you can hear it sounds a lot better than the other rack. Above my head there, trees pass by. A lot better. And we are at 45. And this car sounds quiet. Quiet. Over my loud mouth. Quiet. And that is awesome. So when I'm driving Uber, when the tour buses are slow for me, my Uber passengers won't have a bunch of going on. Much better. A lot better right there. So I've got the hose clamps there. A little gangster, sure, but just extra securement. And once I tighten these down, I had to tighten down the factory securements for the rack even more, because the hose clamps help really cinch everything down. So it looks pretty good. I'm not at all disappointed, and in the wind it sounds like I really can't even hear it. I imagine now that I have these up here, I might hear a very tiny bit here, but I'll probably fold these over and whatever, do a couple little things maybe with them. I prefer to have the black hose clamps, but Lowe's just never seems to have it, and it's up there pretty square on the sides and also on the front, so I'm not at all disappointed. So it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, now you can't really hang off of this because there's a mixture of thin metal and plasticky parts here. Like the base is like metal down here, but up here is like plasticky. You really can't hang off of here much, but I would hang off of the factory rail or itself here. So you can't, like, if you need to hang something or whatever, you can't really hang off here much. But that's what it looks like on the very top, and I think it looks pretty good. And I've got another project I want to do for the top coming up, and I might add a couple more of these hose clamps. Maybe I'll see if I can find some black ones on Amazon and put them in the middle, the crossbars there, just for that extra securement, because unfortunately these U-bolts that come with the plates, they're not, a lot of these racks are they work, but I wish they'd do a better job of engineering them so that they look better. But yeah, it looks pretty good and I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, let me turn my whip off and go inside and edit some video. So but yeah, it looks pretty good. That stress fracture, see it right there? And then over here, this is the side above my head, this thing here, look at that, look at it, actually went through. Can you guys see that? It actually, this is the fairing, right, of that other one, actually went through. So I'm glad I took this off and got the one that I have. Obviously I don't know about the long-term you know, durability of that one there, but so far so good. It had instructions, even had extra screws and bolts and washers, and was easier to put onto the roof than that one was. So yeah, thanks for watching HeadTube 782. I've got some more links to my other YouTube stuff. I'll put it in the description, and I'll talk to you guys later. Keep your rubber side down. Peace and XTR grease. I'll see you. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really happy with that so far. I just hope it stays durable and does what I need it to do. So we'll see. And if it doesn't, I'll let y'all know.